Oh hey, new spear teaser drop for another 3 classes. I wonder what they have in store for Warrior. Let's get through the post before succumbing to despair. From the lucky ones, Thief received a quite complex yet promising weapon. Skills 2 and 3 are going to alternate between lead, follow-up and finisher version of the skill, differing slightly in effects. Essentially, Thieves 1, 2 and 3 are all auto chains, except 2 and 3 are swapping simultaneously alongside each other. For example, going 3 to 3 will complete one auto chain, fully cycling both skills. Hitting last attack in one of these special chains will make next cast of your skill 4, 5 or ambush skill stronger, which rewards using this in combination with auto chains. Essentially, you have Poor People's auto chain that applies an array of effects like poison, cripple and immobilize but cost initiative, as well as gap closer, source of stealth and ambush attack. Not the second coming of Christ, but certainly better designed than Axe. Engineer's been also blessed with a nice dash that applies special effect, making other skills apply additional, currently unknown effects against afflicted target, as well as resetting cooldown of said dash if target dies with effect still on. More than that, Engie gets Bowler AoE, which prepares a ranged nuke as a sequence skill, which gets stronger for every tick of damage the AoE deals to actual target, and as a skill 5, Leap with another massive AoE. So far, we only seen objectively promising things. Where does my negativity comes from then? Warrior Spear was designed seemingly by 5 different people who never talk to each other. Auto attack is ranged only, and explodes on impact into shrapnel, with the blog post saying more fragments are created the closer you are to the target. But that doesn't tell us if area of effect increases, if damage does so, or maybe number of hit does. We receive information that tells us nothing. Further, we see a backwards dash with frontal swipe, essentially brutal shot married with hammer shock, except with knockback instead of damage, if believing what blog post implies. Next, we get an AoE that cripples on initial impact and then follows up with big aftershock, which we don't know whether it deals damage or crowd controls. I assume the former. We saw something raining projectiles from the sky, and I hope it's not that, because that looks nothing like the word aftershock suggests. Moreover, best skill is an airborne throw with evasion on startup. Of course, damage scales with adrenaline, but evasion doesn't, so we get another weapon with which Spellbreaker will be idiotically tanky with zero investment into tankiness, because freak everyone that doesn't play Spellbreaker, Blades one especially. Fully ranged weapon that encourages you to get close, but only movement on it is backwards movement, with a knockback on top, so you physically can't stay in close unless you play Spellbreaker and have your foe on a leash. We want to discourage enemies from closing in, but adding melee cleaving auto attack, like Ranger got, was never considered, because a tree-hugger in a trench coat is of course better spearman than the guy whose entire class identity was reduced to being good with weapons, goddammit. We put 0 gap closers on a weapon that's stronger up close, because of course Warrior isn't supposed to capitalize on being strong up close, not like his entire class is built around it or something. Moreover, what is this? Revenant's shot will malfunction? Not to mention, if the AoE we talked about is the bigger the closer it's cast to Warrior, that means it is the smaller the further away it's being cast. I can't wait to see it become microscopic beyond 600 range. The only thing that saves this weapon on paper is range privilege and evasion on burst skill, which means it will probably be complete trash on Blades 1 and Berserker, as first doesn't get core burst at all, and second only has it outside of Rage, to which, may I add, nothing about Primal Burst was even mentioned, and I'm already mentally preparing for slicing Maelstrom 2.0. Entire thing looks just plain bad. Looks like confused, haphazardly slapped together out of leftovers after other classes attempt at meeting the deadline. At this point, my hopes are free-falling. And yes, there is still light at the end of the tunnel. It might, contrary to everything, feel in play better than it does on paper. But from what I have saw, I don't see it being good for PvE. Don't see it being used in World v World nor in PvP, except for Spellbreaker, as best counter best combo will give him even dumber survivability than he had before. Thanks, Ainet. Crabface out.